Shalom, brothers and sisters. All praises to Yahuwah, our Heavenly Father. And my name is Brother Kuya. And I'm here to present to you the calendar for the 6th month. Now we're halfway there for the year of 2023. And so far, we hadn't had to make any adjustments at all and no kind of recalculations to the calendar on paper. So we're showing that we are on the right path and we are doing exactly what is instructed by the scripture and what Yahuwah wants us to do. Every month we got plenty of witnesses and confirmations of when the new moon comes out, when the month starts and when it ends. So if you're on this path with us, let's stay there, and while we can get through this, you know, accordingly as we're supposed to. Okay. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna go through these lines on dates on the calendar, and hopefully pray that the people here for the first time, y'all learn something, and we'll all stay together and we keep learning and growing together. That's the whole purpose of me making these videos. All right, so let's move on. Now this is what your calendar should look like for this month. All right, as you notice, every video that we do here is the same. I start every one of them off the same way, because you never know when you have somebody come here for the first time, don't know what's going on, don't understand. You know, repetition, it won't hurt to keep doing the same thing over and over. That's why it makes you better. All right, everything on our left side over here under the 6th month is pretty much explaining everything over here on the right side. As far as your block is concerned, corner. Your block, everything in green is June, black is 5th month. The location of the numbers, your upper left, Yahuwah's days, upper right is the lunar, and the lower left is the work day of the week. The working the 6 days and the 7th day of rest. That's everything on the lower left. All right, I have some more descriptions here for when to look for the moon, the day we should look for the crescent moon to come out. So that are these right there. So everything on this side right here explains everything on this side. So if you see a number and what position it is and the colors, look on this side and it explain, it tell you exactly what it is. All right, so this is Pope Greg's area right here, his numbers, Yahuwah's number right here. This is the work day of the week. All right, everything over here is self-explanatory. If you have your calendar from the 5th month, let's get it close by, and we can see how we transition from each calendar from one month to the next. This line here is from the, if you got your 5th month calendar, you notice after we have our 4th Shabbat, then what we do is we'll start and we will put the next month down here at the bottom. You know, we will we project the next month here on this line. So what we do, we just go ahead on put that down from the 4th month, from the 4th Shabbat there, project this, project when the new moon comes out for the next month, and put it on it down at the bottom. So this line here at the very bottom should go up here on your blank calendar for your next month. See the 6th month right here? This here should go to the very top. We do that, we put it at the top of every month, every calendar, so we get all of our Shabbats in. All right. This is what it should look like right here. All right. New moon, It confirmed and come out last night. So that makes today, Tuesday, June 20th, the first day of the 6th month. All right. This is your month here, day one, and the 6th month is in gray. All right. So this is what your first line should look like. All right. Your second line. All right. Once your new moon comes out, this new moon day. All right. Kadesh. Then you go to work 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You work 6 days. All right. The seventh day, the day of rest. Notice every month it comes in uh, under new moon day every day, every month. So that'll be your first Shabbat. All right. So then after you count that one right there, you count 6 more days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be your Shabbat for your next day. But you notice right here we have a month change. So you got to keep check on Pope Greg's calendar when you have your um, month change, what days it is. Normally June has 30 days, but ain't nothing. It won't hurt to double check behind yourself. So after you got that one, after you got the 30th day of June, you got to start the first day of July. You got to keep your mind on what you're doing on every line. Check every number, every work day, to just make sure and double check. Because if you're off one day, it's gonna mess the whole thing up. You got to double check all the time. Okay. So we got Shabbat. First Shabbat come in um, 7 days after the new moon, but it's day 8 of the month. Okay. Day 8 of the month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days, but it's day 8. The seventh day is the day of rest. You worked 6 days already. Seventh day of rest. Always comes under new moon day. Now on this line we have the full moon day, all of them, the Shabbats, full moon, and everything will come in the same column every month. Okay, you got new moon day, and you got your first Shabbat. Second Shabbat is always gonna be full moon. All right, so you count from your first Shabbat. After that day, in the evening of the 8th day, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 working days. The 7th day is going to be your full moon day. Okay. And also, when I was looking at it, making this calendar, I just thought about it. If you look at it, the 4th of July is on this day also. So if you are just starting or just learning about your Shabbat, how this alignment is, you don't have to worry about asking off for this day. So more than likely, everything will be shut down anyway. Okay. I don't celebrate Independence Day anymore now that I come into the truth. And I never been what you call a big politician in the government, none of that stuff. I did go to the Marines at a young age, but if I had knew what I know now, I would have never done it. So I mean, once you repent for everything you've done, and just don't do it no more. I know y'all will show mercy, and as long as you keep up with his Sabbath and his feast days, he will show mercy and forgive you. Okay, so just make sure that you learn these days yourself. Make sure you learn them and apply them. Okay, so we're gonna go on after we got full moon on the 15th day of the month, and we're gonna count on 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna keep going. All right. All right. This line, just keep going. What we left off at is once you get the hang of it, it's very simple. The thing is, you got to keep double checking. That's my biggest thing. You have to keep double checking. You cannot make no mistakes with these numbers, with the days, the working days. Because if you mess up one time, it's going to throw everything off. You notice new moon day, all right, and you count 7 days. This is day one, 7 days. It'll be day 8, 7 more days, 15 and 22. It's gonna be like that every month. There's no getting around it. You cannot get around it at all. Every calendar gonna be the same, but you have to start off right. Once you see this moon right here, once you get this confirmed right here on the evening of the day before, that makes new moon day. And after that, every other day week is gonna fall exactly the same way on the line every time. Be the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and if we go to the next line, we click here, it should be the 29th right here. See, 29th day every month. So with this month right here, for the 6th month, we should have with this right here, we have our fourth Shabbat right here. Okay, so this calendar right here for the 6th month at this point right here is pretty much done. All right, we are projected for the new moon to come out on the evening of the fourth Shabbat on July the 18th, would be day 29 for us. Okay, but what do we have on the next line? I mean, next day after that. I'm sorry. What do you have on the next day? We have here the Feast of Trumpets. So if you look in the book of Leviticus, it can tell you what to do on the day of Feast of Trumpets. Okay, so that's a day that we should be celebrating. It's a holiday for us, the children of Yashar. It's a holiday for us, a day of celebration, which Yah has commanded us to keep. Okay, so that's on the first day. This is also a Shabbat. This is not a normal Shabbat like these are right here, like these 4 Shabbats right here. This is this is a holy day, a high holy day, in which He gave us, told us to take off work that day, but it's a celebration. All right, so we got to make sure that we stay in line and keep this day right here. On this next line, what we have is the first Shabbat on the um, for the 7th month, first Shabbat. Okay, now let me explain something to you. All right, this will be day 8 right here, day 8. All right, you notice right here we have the Day of Atonement. This is a very, very holy day that everybody should participate in if you are a child of Yeshua. Okay, because the Day of Atonement it starts in the 9th day of the evening. Okay, 9th day in the evening to the 10th day in the evening. It's the Day of Atonement. It's the day you're supposed to afflict yourself. You're supposed to do nothing for enjoyment. Nothing at all. Biggest thing I do is just study. If I do research and study. Anything that got to do with the scriptures. You fast that day. No water, no food. If you're on medication, try to take it ahead of time before this day. I mean, I know how important it is, but you're supposed to afflict yourself. All right, so I can't tell you how to carry it out. I know what I do, how I carry it out. It is rough. It's a rough day for me, and I'll be glad when it's over because I don't want to make a mistake and mess up. This day right here has a death sentence attached to it. Anyone that does not afflict themselves shall surely die. Same thing as the Shabbats. If you do any work whatsoever on the Shabbat, you will die. Those days are very important. Yahuwah gave us these days is for our own good. You don't know what it's good for. Okay, He is cleansing us on this day. We're being cleansed, we're being forgiven, and those Shabbats, He don't want us to work, to keep working and and you know, you want to give us some days off. It's for our own good. Okay. A lot of times when your parents, you growing up, your parents tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Then you end up getting hurt. Then you get punished for it. You get hurt, then you get punished. But at least with them, you get a chance to live. With these days right here, Day of Atonement, if you do not afflict yourself on that day, from the ninth day in the evening to the 10th day in the evening, you will surely die. You'll be put to death. You'll be cut off from your people. All right. That's why it's so important for us to make sure that we have the right and correct days. In the book of Jubilees, which is called Yahuba Yom, that we're gonna have times we're gonna have an abominable day with a holy day, and a holy day with an abominable day, and because we change it and making adjustments on the calendar or whatever, we shouldn't do that. Stick with the path. Do not get off with the path. That is one reason why it's very important to do so, because on this day right here, everything you've done wrong will be forgiven, but you have to stay on the right path. Brothers and sisters, there's one more thing I want to say before I leave, because I'm making these calendars and just checking the dates all the time. You just see stuff, and I noticed what I saw. Um, I just needed to share it with all of you. I mean, I don't care if they take my channel down, no way, because I don't get enough views for to make them a difference. But I hope one day it will. But anyway, you see these two flags right here. I think it's on what is it, June 19th. Probably Juneteenth. All right, that'd be supposed to be celebrating the freedom of slavery for the people that were still held in captivity in Galveston, Texas in 1865. Okay, so it'll be Juneteenth. All right, that's in the month of June, June 19th. All right, now look at this flag right here. That fist, as far as I know, ever since I was a little boy, it may have become before that, or you know, I don't know. But that fist, to me, well understood, always represented like black power, black liberation, or whatever. All right, but look at that fist and look at the colors. Look at that fist, that flag right there, and look at the flag at the bottom. It's the same colors. That's that LMNOPQ flag or whatever. All right. So Yahoo gave us days and times to celebrate, and told us how to celebrate. All right. And also one more thing too. In this month right here is Father's Day in June. So they got Juneteenth, uh, LMNOP month in June, Father's Day in June. Okay. So what I'm saying in so many words, let's stay away from that. Yahuwah didn't give us these days. These were not commanded days for us to follow. Because like I say, when he does things, he does it for our own good. Okay? There is no room nowhere in this world for a masculine black man. Joe Biden doing everything he can. He's been doing everything he could since the 90s to cut the black man down. He even sent that cackling hyena over there to Africa to talk and to uh, try to lure, give money for us for our people, the black people, to accept LMNOPQ, think they can buy it off. You know, the people, they don't want it, so they're gonna have to pay for it. But I would like them to go to Saudi Arabia, to Turkey, to Dubai, Qatar, Go to those places and push that on them. Let them accept it. Yemen, everywhere, let them accept it, and then put sanctions on them. What he's gonna do is try to push the black man down. I have no love for. I don't support nothing that has to do with these people and that lifestyle. I have no whatsoever. I'm not gonna support it. It's also in the scriptures that anybody who indulge in this activity or like what they doing, or take any part in whatsoever, they will be worthy to put to death. I want to live. I don't want to die. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to have nothing to do with it. If they had a place where they could go and live it out themselves, I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. You go over there and do you. But right now, what I'm trying to do is save my soul and all the brothers and sisters that wants to stay away from that, to not to be bothered with it. I don't play golf. I don't buy golf balls. I don't play tennis. I don't buy tennis balls and rackets just to look at it. I don't indulge in this type of lifestyle, this activity, and I don't support it at all. Okay, so it's just something that I saw in the dates by me making these calendars, and I advise all of my brothers and sisters to stay away from it, to have nothing to do with it at all. And before we leave, I would like to give a praise Yah to Brother Daoud for such a fine job he's been doing the last few years. I'm gonna tell you, he has been a very big inspiration for me, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of you also. The last few years, he's very consistent. He's a very consistent man, and he's dedicated to the law. We talk for hours sometime, and we just can't get away from talking to each other sometime. I be working, and we just can't get away. He's a very dedicated man. He does an excellent job with his research, and he's very descriptive. I advise any of my brothers that you have any questions at all to please contact him. And we want to keep things proper here. Sisters, please go to Princess Maya. She will take care of you. All right. We got to keep things proper. We don't want married women or single women dealing with married men and whatever single men, and things will come out right. So, sisters, we ask you please go to Princess Maya, and if you need anything from me, mostly what you need probably just a calendar. I will, if you have problem. I have a hard time sometimes explaining myself. Um, so if you hit me up an email, if something you don't understand, it'd be better. I can answer you better one on one than it is to make a video, because it's easy for me to just go directly to your question. It is to me to try to explain it on the in the video. All right. So I pray that everybody got a good understanding of what's going on, and just keep holding on. If we don't have long, people, we don't have long to go. I got My mind stays on y'all all the time. I'm just looking in the eastern sky anytime. I get up real early in the morning sometime, and late in the month I see the crescent moon. I look for anything to pop over that crescent moon anytime. So just stay where you at. Hold on to your faith, and just please, by all means, keep Yahuwah's Sabbath feast days. Shalom.